Section 7 of Bengal Dacoits and Tigers. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Bengal Dacoits and Tigers by Maharani of Cooch Behar, Suniti Devi. Dacoit Stories. All for Nothing. A young and very high caste Bengali lady was married to the son of a rich man who lived near Hooghly, a small town within a short distance of Calcutta. Some years passed, but there was no sign of a son and heir. The parents-in-law were fond of the girl. She had won her way into their hearts, and they sympathized with her. Yet they longed to see the old name being carried down the years, and whisperings grew into talk of a second marriage for their son. The girl's parents were anxious and distressed. Then a kindly providence intervened, and after months of expectation, a little son lay in her arms, and both families rejoiced with the girl and shared her pride in the boy baby. When the child was about a year old, the young mother's brother became engaged to be married. The date was fixed, and invitations were sent to the girl and to the family of her parents-in-law. It was arranged that she and her baby should attend the wedding. Not far off, also in Hooghly, lived a widowed sister of the girl in her father-in-law's house. She too was going to the wedding, and it was settled that both sisters should travel in the same boat to Calcutta. No male member of either family could accompany them. Therefore their father sent an old servant from Calcutta to fetch them. This man was trusted and treated like a member of the family, with whom he had been for years. The girl put together her clothes. Her good mother-in-law unlocked the great safe and took out the girl's best jewels. An Indian wedding is the occasion for a great display of clothes and jewelry, and a well-dressed and richly adorned beau raises the credit of the mother-in-law, especially if the wedding is in the girl's own family. So a careful selection was made. Baby was not forgotten either. Tiny gold bangles and chains had been showered upon him at his birth, and this was his first public appearance. They started early, so as to arrive during the afternoon. There was to be a ceremony the next day, and many guests had arrived at the bridegroom's house, and all watched eagerly for the two sisters. But the hours waned by, and still they tarried. Late in the evening, the old servant arrived, agitated and all mud-bespattered. Family, guests, and servants plied him with questions concerning the sisters. Not a word would he reply. Suspicions soon voiced themselves. Dacoits were about. Everyone knew of the wedding and the consequent family gathering. Everyone knew, too, that the daughter was the cherished beau of a rich family. Urged by these arguments and his own anxiety, the father threatened to skin the man alive unless he spoke. Intimidated by his master's anger, the servant stated that the boat had capsized and the sisters and baby were drowned. The hours of mirth and laughter was changed to one of weeping. But the father did not accept the information in its entirety. He called in the police and a vigorous search was made. All the boatmen were found. They stated they had swum ashore, but could or would give no word of the ladies. The only possible clue was given by an Englishman living in a mill under the river bank at Chinsura. About midnight on the day of the disappearance of the ladies, he heard the cries of women and a child. At first he had thought of going to see what was up, but the sounds were coming from a thick jungle, and he argued it was impossible anyone could be there in trouble, and finally thought no more of the seeming cries. This ill-omened happening broke up the wedding party. The marriage was cancelled. All the preparations had been for nothing. To this day, the fate of the sisters is unknown. The bride and bridegroom-elect were married to other parties. End of section 7.